So there's nothing I can do to let you down. No, it doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I've never been more loved than I am right now. Wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. No, it doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I've never been more loved than I am right now. No, I'm going through the storm, but I won't go down. I can hear your voice carried in the rhythm of the wind to call me out. Yeah. You would cross the ocean, so I would not drown. You've never been closer than you are right now. 'Cause you are a child. Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. What is happening? Man, I hope y'all having a great day, because it is a great day. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of Thumpin Thursday. Thumpin Thursday, Thumpin Thursday. Featuring, I guess, me, yours truly, Rodney Bennett, also known as Rodney B. Speaks. So we're excited. Today is a great day, man. Listen, come on in. We're going to give you a couple minutes. We got a great topic we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to give you a couple minutes to come on in. Over there, what's going on Facebook, on my channels on Facebook. What's up on Instagram, IG, good afternoon. What is going on over there on IG and Facebook Live? YouTube Live. My bad, YouTube Live. What's going on this afternoon, man? Today is a great day. Listen, I hope you've been having a good week. I know it's been trying. I know it's been tough. Anything like myself, man, just one of them weeks you just got to push through. Just got to keep going. Sometimes the best thing we could do, man, is keep going. Keep going. So I hope you're having a great week. This Thumpin' Thursday broadcast was always designed, man, to put some give a fresh, high octane, full tank of gas to finish your week strong. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we do on these Thumpin' Thursdays. We talk about a variety of different topics, things that are relevant, things that are going on. Many of you know I'm an ordained minister, and so I may do a Bible study from time to time as the Lord leads. And I'm a drug and alcohol counselor, and so I may deal with some bondage breakers. I may put some bondage breakers out there every once in a while just to help us along, and those who are struggling with strongholds or habits or whatever, or those of us who have loved ones who are dealing with strongholds and habits and addictions and things like that. From time to time, I may put some information out there to just encourage you and give you some understanding and know-how and skills on what's going on with our loved ones and different individuals who are struggling with habits. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I won't stop. Man, listen, I am not going to quit. Stuff happens all the time, especially when you walk in a kind of life that is a threat to the enemy. You always got stuff happening. It comes with the business, man. Man, we just, we stick and move, we bob and weave, and we just keep going. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting on the things I believe is happening, things that are happening, things that are going to happen, things that God has in store. We're just going to keep it pushing. We're just going to keep it moving. And you've got to do the same thing too, man. Listen, you got to develop some resiliency. If you want to succeed, if you want to make it, if you really want to reach your goals, because you're going to have all kinds of obstacles, every different kind of obstacle you can imagine, from financially to personally, socially, spiritually. You're going to have all kinds of obstacles in your life, and you got to learn to push, man. Don't quit. Don't quit. I talked about months and months ago, or probably a year ago, I was on the subject, learn how to unquit. That means you gotta make up you gotta unquit before you quit. And I remember what I was talking about when you understand how to unquit is finding the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. That's one of the ways you unquit. That's one of the ways you unplug that quitting mentality before it happens. You keep in front of you the reasons why. You keep in front of you, man, what's the consequences are, what the ramifications are, how lives are going to be changed, generations are going to be changed, and how ultimately you are going to touch, with your impact, you're going to touch some impactors. You're going to touch some world change with your world changing mentality. You're going to touch some world changers. So we got to always keep in front of us, man, why we're doing, what's it all about? What's the purpose? What's it going to produce? That way we stay motivated, we stay charged up, man, and quitting is never an option, because you realize that there are some very, 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 very serious weights in the balance, some things that are depending on us continuing to go forward. So I keep myself charged up in that regard, man. I'm always reminding myself, what's it all about? What's it for? What do you do that for? What do you do this for? What's the reason? And the enemy's we always have enemies, whether it's spiritually, whether it's in our mind, or whether it's even friends and loved ones and family members sometimes ask you, why are you doing this? Why do you keep doing that? What are you getting out of it? What's the purpose? And listen, they might not know, but you got to know. We got to know why we do what we do. We got to know what the goal is. We got to know what we're reaching for and what our expectation is. So listen, man, continue to push, continue to go forward. So I'm excited today, man. I'm talking about a great topic. It is so relevant. It's so relevant to the days we live in, the times we live in. And I'm probably going to be talking about it more than once. It's probably going to be a series. But I want to talk about around this topic, iRelate. 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 And, there are major issues in this world, man, that are exacerbated. They are propelled. They are caused to ignite and grow because of the fact that we don't relate to each other very well. I remember seeing my father and mother, God bless them, went on home to be with the Lord, went on home to glory. My father operated a taxi cab service for 54 years. He started in 1967. And then my sisters, Kim and Donna, took over. And at one point, I was really studying business succession. How do businesses successfully, bring about succession to the next generation or leaders? It was interesting because right off the bat, one of the statistics that came out is that most second and third generation businesses don't make it. Most second generation businesses fail, period. I forget the statistics, but I know it is the majority of them don't make it. We see a lot of them, but that's only a minority of them that are actually second or third generation businesses. Many of them don't make it. Of course, one of the reasons why is because they want to change everything that made the business successful. But another interesting statistic came as I was studying and doing research on the information. I started to study what was the main cause why businesses fail. What was the main cause that businesses fail? And at that time, this had to be, I would say 15 years ago. So don't quote me on it. Now, Um, the social media platforms we're on, they fact check us. So when we put stuff out there, if it ain't right, they're gonna let us know, and they're gonna, kind of flag us or whatever. But at that time when I did that study, um, the number one reasons why businesses fail didn't have anything to do with money, didn't have anything to do with geographical location. It didn't have anything to do with their management system, management structure, or policies. The number one reason why businesses fail is because people can't get along with people. Workers can't get along with management. Management can't get along with executive management. Executive management can't get along with owners. Owners can't get along with their peers. People can't. HR can't get along with customers. I mean, the staff and marketing can't deal with customers and different things like that. And so there are all these issues. There are all these interweaving issues within companies that really stem from the fact that people can't get along with people. I mean, you can probably attest to it yourself. Probably been in a business, you probably had a business, or you probably were part of a company, and they lost some key personnel simply because people couldn't get along with people. So I think it is so critical for a number of reasons in this world right now that we begin to address and expose and confront the issue of relatability. How, can I relate? How do I relate? It's a very important issue because there's very little you can succeed at when you can't relate to anybody. I mean, career-wise, social-wise, networking, community. So I want to talk a little bit today about iRelate. How to be relatable. Can I relate? Do I relate? Is it even important to relate? The word relatable means able to be connected or linked. This definition is from dictionary.com. Relatable means able to be connected or linked. It also means easy to form a social or emotional connection with. Relatable. And it's so important because one, we have some major issues in this world. Some of them governmental, some of them just societal, interracial, just people problems, And part of the problem is, relatable means able to be connected or linked. Part of it is we refuse to be connected. Easy to form social and emotional connection with. We refuse to even attempt to form social and emotional connections with people unless they are the same as us, unless they drive the same car, unless they live in the same neighborhood, unless they have the same skin pigmentation. And that's not to say everybody, believe me. But many of the times, unless they have the same political affiliations and biases, many of the times, the problem is we don't form or attempt to form social or emotional connections with people that aren't like us. We don't even try to do it, man. We don't even try to do it. And we wonder why there's so much contention, so much strife, so much competition, so much hatred and bitterness and insensitivity, because we're in our own zone, we're in our own world, we're in our own bubble, and we are not even attempting to relate to other people. There's a thing called social intelligence. Social intelligence. Social intelligence is the ability to understand your own and others' actions. Social intelligence is learned and develops from experience with people and learning from success and failures in social settings. Social intelligence is the ability to understand your own and others' actions. It's learned and develops from experience with others. So, listen, we have to be in a place, or it's wise to be in a place where we attempt to understand. I don't know, all of a sudden, critical thinking has gone out the window. I mean, we approach situations and, whether it's in government, politics, whether it's in the news media, world affairs, it's like even spiritually, even biblically, you know, guess what? It is a good thing to think critically, theologically. It means really study the facts and examine them and weigh it out and think about it and take time before you just automatically digest the first thing that comes into your mind and label that as truth or facts. So many things people say about other people, other races, other politicians, other people that live on the other side of the tracks from you. So many times people say things and they're not true. But we don't even look at it from a critical point. We don't even look at it from critical thinking point of view. We just accept it to our own detriment. Man, listen, we got to learn. If we don't learn how to relate to each other better, we're going to self-destruct. House divided against itself cannot stand. It's not possible. You got to be willing, man, to come down and to listen and think about, consider other people's world, other people's, whether they are on what you consider higher than you or whether they are what you consider lower than you. You got to take the time to think and attempt to relate to people. Develop social intelligence. One thing is so important, and I guess it's one of the things that kind of shook my mind to begin to talk about this subject matter, is our kids. Our kids, man. Our kids. The Y and the Z's. Really the Zers. Generation Z. Totally electronic and computer engaged. They're not eager to form bonds and connections and relationships and understanding other people and developing, learning and developing from experiences with other people. Listen, that's not their twist, as they say. They would rather be in front of a screen, whether it's playing a game or whether it's on a computer, whether it's on YouTube, or they're most comfortable. They're most comfortable interacting with a computer. And it's up to us. It's up to us, man, to impact this generation and to let them know, man, listen, being relatable, it's worth it. Developing relationships outside of your own circle, it's worth it. Why do you think so many of our kids, are dying or committing suicide or committing senseless crimes and different things like that? Man, they're killing each other at parties, Just read it the other day. 2 or 3 kids got shot and killed. One got killed. And the reason was because one guy was talking to a girl that the other guy liked. He killed him. This is our future. This is our future. So we got to reach out, man. We got to not only teach our young people, impart to them the importance of interrelationships, connecting, but we also got to be in a place where we model it ourselves. We got to be examples ourselves. We got to model it ourselves. We got to show them that relatability is important. Social intelligence is important. I relate. We got to be able to let even if it's, man, I've been over here in this neighborhood where I'm at, over here in Gloucester County, and not that different from where I grew up at, slightly. But there was one neighbor who he's kind of, the chief of the neighborhood. And, I heard a lot about him. I wanted to get to know him. He was outside one night raising his voice because he was trying to figure out who was playing loud music. And so about a month ago, I saw him. He was outside, and I said, I got him. So I just went right across the street, walked right up to him, introduced myself to him, began to strike a conversation with him. And it was very easy to connect with him. Now, he's a strong supporter of the former president. I am not necessarily. So we had our disagreements, but respectfully. He's about the same age as me, had a very similar upbringing, and career-wise, even many things in common. See, and that's the key. We got to stop focusing on our differences. Our differences going to bring themselves out. But at some point, we got to start to think about what are our similarities. What are our similarities? So we got work to do. Adults, baby boomers, Gen Xers, we got work to do. We got to model this thing, man. We got to model this iRelate. We got to model it, and then we got to teach it. We got to teach its merits. We got to teach its values. We got to teach its payoffs and its risks. We got to show our children. We got to show our children iRelate. We got to show our children iRelate. It's critical. Because guess what? These are not only the future, but they are the future leaders. They're the future leaders. We got to let them know. We got to share with them the value of interacting with people outside of Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Threads. Got to let them know interaction and relatability to and with humans is still a thing. So listen, and that's what I had to give today. I don't make any apologies. I don't try to, make you feel like I should have been or could have had something else to say or any. Listen, you see it on the title there, up there on the frame. It's Rodney B. Speaks. It is the platform where I share and I speak and I talk about everything. And we will. Also, we got some awesome things coming up. I'm not going to go into a lot of it now, but we're going to have some guests on our program. We're going to have some challenges. We got some courses coming up. Many of you realize, some of you, probably most of you don't remember, but I strategized a couple years back and was just looking at a way and a platform within this platform to begin to promote and market some educational material. And so the title of that was some of my business professional colleagues and destiny chasers helped me to come up with a title or a name for this institution. And so it is called the University of Adversity. And the University of Adversity soon will have courses, will have digital products, will have a lot of resources that you can go on and get. So the University of Adversity, it may have stalled in its construction for a moment, but it is just about ready for the ribbon cutting, just about ready for an official launch. So some exciting things are going to be going on there. And also, like I was saying, we're going to be having some guests on. We're going to be talking about some topics, and we're going to have people on that are going to be sharing different topics. And so, and we're going to build our online community. I want to congratulate. I'm almost embarrassed to really confess the fact that I really haven't reached out and developed my online group and my online community, and they're there, and they're joining all the time, and man, shame on me, but it's coming. It's coming. So anyway, listen, that is all I got for today. iRelate again. I feel like this topic is not done. I feel like we're going to come back again with a few more parts to this. But just remember, it is important to be relatable. Again, relatable is able to be connected or linked. It's easy to form a social or emotional connection with. So it is important, man, to be relatable and to have social intelligence. So listen, that's all I have for the day. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I hope you enjoyed this session, this segment of Thumpin Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday with more. See you then.